Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we are back with something that is extremely exciting because we have a brand new opportunity to check out the Mapusaurus from Reptimax. This is the real feel skin scientifically accurate dinosaur, and it's the new and improved version. You may look at this and think, well, I definitely have seen this before, and that is because I did review this quite a ways back. However, he has made some brand new improvements to the figure since my initial review, and not just the figure, the box as well. So he really wanted to show off everything here, and I now have myself, especially because initially when he had sent me one, it arrived with like some broken teeth and just a few little issues and stuff. So he really wanted to get a better quality version of it out to me, and we now have the chance to take a look at it. So a massive thank you goes out to Reptimax for hooking me up with this brand new version of the Mapusaurus. Insanely kind of him. So as you can see, like I said, the box art has been upgraded. Well, not the box art, but the box itself has been upgraded. You can see the box art is pretty much the same as it was the last time around. We've got the Reptimax logo there. We have the Mapusaurus species name down there, and then of course a really cool image of the Mapusaurus over here, obviously created by Reptimax, that sort of reaches out into the window area of the box. And up in the top right corner, you can see scientifically accurate dinosaur, real feel skin. You can see a really nice shot of the Mapusaurus figure up here, and then over here on the side, again, Mapusaurus, and you can see a shot of the figure as well as the Reptimax logo, the fact that it is handmade and also made in South Africa. So that tells you that this definitely had quite a ways to go to get here. And then here on the back, you can see another shot here of the dinosaur. Very cool shot with a deceased sauropod here. Again, pretty much the same type of information. Down here at the bottom, you can see all sorts of information about the fact that he has made this figure, who has made it, and all of that fun stuff, again, from Reptimax. And over here, you can basically see a shot with all sorts of previews of other upcoming figures for this line. And again, incredible artwork to go with it. So let's pop this box open and check out the brand new version of the Mapusaurus. So also another thing to keep in mind is this is not an actual full review or anything of the Mapusaurus, all over again, because I've already done that. I already reviewed the figure for the most part, already. It's just that this one's just a little upgraded compared to the older one that we've already taken a look at. So we're basically just checking out the newer version, not actually reviewing it. But one thing that is really cool that's included in the box, I guess it's technically kind of a review, but a quicker one, but there's a very nice backdrop in here. So a really cool, box that you can use, a really cool backdrop or cardboard backdrop here that you can use to display it. Like you can put it in the box itself and display it that way, or you can put this backdrop on your shelf behind the Mapusaurus, and I think the backdrop is gorgeous, and it has a slight bend to it, so as you can see, both of my hands are not holding it anymore. It stands actually on its own, which is really cool. Also included in here, we've got some pretty fun stuff, so I have to take these rubber bands off and see what we've got. So first of all, we've got a Reptimax card in here, which is really cool. We also have a thank you card, and as you can see, we've got Reptimax himself, it looks like, up there chilling on an airplane carrying away our Mapusaurus with a thank you. So that's really cool. And then we've got some really neat images in here of the Mapusaurus that he has taken, and numerous of them seem to include actual animals, which is pretty cool. Well, actual reptiles, of course. Reptimax, that's not surprising. Really nice shot of the Mapusaurus at the beach. We've also got this shot here of the Mapusaurus here going face to face with something that once upon a time he probably would have had for lunch. And then we've got another shot here again of the Mapusaurus, just a beauty shot right there. And then another one here at the beach, again looking really nice, and then another one here with a shot from down below. So some pretty fun stuff that he has included in here on top of the incredible figure itself. I really love that he goes all out for his releases. But then we also have a brand new base that previously was not included with the Mapusaurus, and that's one thing that is very good because considering it is a full rubber figure, it does have some heft to it, it does have some significant weight, so a base like this with a peg is absolutely an awesome thing because it's going to help balance the dinosaur out. And you can see the base itself has a nice little earthy area sculpted out down here and just is painted with a black, and then you have a clear peg for the Mapusaurus, so we'll put that over there. And then bring in our Mapusaurus itself, who apparently is going to be just a little bit too tall, so let's readjust the camera here. And take a look at our Mapusaurus, and there you go, you can see the Mapusaurus in all of its glory. And again, I was so blown away by this figure the first time I had seen it. Like, it is so massive and just so impressive looking. It is easily one of the coolest dinosaur figures I think I could possibly imagine, because it's not every day you get such a large version of any dinosaur really, but especially a Mapusaurus. But it's also not every day you get a rubber version of that dinosaur, so that makes it twice as cool. You can see for the most part, you know, at first glance it looks pretty much the same as it did the last time. Like, he hasn't altered the sculpt of it at all, he hasn't altered the paint. We still have the brownish tones and then the reddish legs and stuff. We've also got those like small quills on the back of the arms, which is pretty cool. But one thing that you'll notice straight away is how he has improved the paint apps as far as the way that they're applied to the figure. And he did try to focus on that. After I reviewed the figure, he had seen that there were some paint chips on mine, and he basically went and tried everything he could to figure out what paint he needed to use and what way he needed to go about painting it to make sure that the paint would stay on the figure the way that it was supposed to, and it absolutely has. It's arrived in pristine condition, which is a great thing. And the other thing would be the teeth. You know, I had mentioned that some of the teeth were broken, so I believe he's using a material now that is much more durable, and the teeth have definitely survived the trip as well, and they look great. So we're going to go ahead and jump to a very quick closer look at this, and we'll check it out from there. And look at that. That head sculpt is absolutely awesome. You can see his fine detail looks really good on the figure. Very crisp, especially, you know, considering, again, it is a rubber figure. But you can also see, again, how nice the paint apps look on the newest version. There are no paint chips anywhere that I can see. Very, very nice, vibrant reds up here on the top of the head, up there in those little crests. You can see the eyes as well are painted absolutely perfectly. You've got the scars here on the face all painted out, and everything sculpted out as well. And I think the face of a dinosaur is one place you would definitely find some scars. I can also see some greenish tones picking up here and there, like right here and here. Stuff that I didn't really see on the older version, so it is pretty cool to see a little bit of difference in the paint application. Of course, you've got an articulated jaw. You can see the teeth again on the inside of the mouth. Like I said, look a lot better this time around. There are no broken teeth at all. Very, very nice looking now on the inside of the mouth of my Mapusaurus. And of course, the fact that we have lips for the dinosaur is always fun. But as you again move through the course of the rest of the figure, you can see the paintwork looks really nice. He's got some nice variations of browns and everything. And I feel like the coloration is very natural as far as the tones of color. I think the only thing that some people were a little iffy about were the red legs. But he's chosen to do that first of all because that's something that is very reptilian, I would say. But also, and if I remember correctly, I believe he said he had a dream about a Mapusaurus with this coloration, and that is why he chose this color for his figure, is basically making that dream become a reality. But as you move through, again, you can see how good everything looks. The transitions, I think, are all really nice and smooth as well. I feel like he's improved his paint application as well compared to the previous version. Like his actual paint apps and the way that they are applied looks better now on this new version. You can see the nails are painted out with a nice glossy black as well, which is very cool. And again, you lead up into the tail. Now the tail does have a wire to it, so you can bend the tail and position it. So very, very old school as far as that goes. Very Kenner-like, which I believe is part of the inspiration for these figures. You do also, of course, have articulation in the legs, which is nice, smooth forward and back movement. And then you also have articulation in the arms. Again, forward and back. and then the jaw. And also, again, the fact that it's a rubber figure means it's very flexible, so you can kind of bend it and turn it. So honestly, it looks awesome, and it is so nice to now have the final product of this Mapusaurus here to add to my collection. And then a quick glance at the base that is included. You can see, again, it sports that very nice sort of earthy area kind of a look. I think it's really well done. You've got a nice kind of like smoothed out sort of area here for the Mapusaurus to stand on, which is a nice touch, again, giving you an area that's not quite as bumpy and erratic as you have over here to balance your Mapusaurus out on. So, you know, very nice base. Nothing too flashy, but I think it serves the purpose quite nicely. And as you can see, the Mapusaurus is now standing here on the base with the peg and everything holding it up, and it looks beyond awesome now, and is a way better display, because previously I had a little bit of trouble finding a way to get it to stand up, because it, you know, it doesn't really balance too well considering it's rubber. It's kind of top heavy, I would say. So it's way cooler to have this sort of base included with it and a peg to stand it up and display it. It's honestly quite the mesmerizing visual of such an impressively sized and very unique looking dinosaur figure like this standing here before me. So he's done a very good job, honestly, on every aspect of this. And like I said, we have reviewed this before. We don't need to do comparison sizes, any of that stuff. If you want to see more of that, you can check out the initial review, which I will have a link to at the end of the video. But again, when it comes to a Mapusaurus like this thing is so cool. The upgrades on this are really nicely done. The paint has never looked better on the figure. It's extremely crisp on the new version, and you can just see that he's made drastic improvements on the figure overall. And that's one thing about Reptimax that I can say that is great about him. He really genuinely cares, and he cares a lot about his products. So that is a great thing if you ask me, and it shines on this, honestly. You can see so many improvements everywhere when it comes to this figure, like the box. You know, the overall presentation I feel like is very important for any dinosaur release, and you can see he put a lot of effort and time and money into creating that box. The box looks absolutely awesome, very vintage and, you know, kind of old school, very Kenner-like, but amazing. And then of course the Mapusaurus is beyond impressive, definitely the star of the show, and you know, is easily a centerpiece in any collection, and it's of a species that we don't get too many figures of, so that makes it twice as special if you ask me. So again, just like with the previous review, if you are interested in grabbing one of these for yourself, and again, I definitely recommend that you do. He recently has started using a new shipping provider as well, which is going to help to make the cost of getting the figure out even cheaper, which is a great thing. But if you are interested, make sure you check the links that I will include in the description to where you can contact Reptimax and get a hold of him to place an order for this insanely cool Mapusaurus. And of course, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.